So I'm by trade actually a programmer. So I worked like 3 years as a Python and JavaScript developer, and then also I started recruitment when I decided, okay, I want to do something on my own. So the opportunities that opened up were like, okay, companies were telling me, okay, yeah, why don't you find us people? Because I actually started doing this recommending programmers to companies thing for free. Yeah, I didn't even know that headhunting is a real business or what exactly how it works. So I started doing this for free, and then I got a recruitment license because you need this kind of thing in Switzerland. And then I've been doing now this full time for 3 years. So I have small and middle-sized companies in Zurich, also bigger ones. They say, okay, we need like this kind of developer. Can you find us one? And also I have my network where I engage with people on social media, on LinkedIn. So I try to produce valuable content in this sector, because obviously job hunting is something that is like you do very rarely. You do maybe once in 3 years, and you want to let's say actually practice it before you do it. And the same with companies. So companies are hiring not all the time. Some are hiring let's say once a year for some project, and also it's something that's not their core competency. So also there you have a little bit of issues with people actually expressing themselves properly. On the CV side, so I will just very quickly talk about like, okay, CV and job adverts, what's the biggest problems I see, and then we can look at some of your stuff. So in the meantime, while you listening, you might already prepare your CV or a job advertisement from your company that we can then analyze and potentially improve. So CVs usually are documents where the writer and the reader, they have different how to say, views on it, because the writer, obviously you know your like 20 years of experience in coding, and you kind of want to put every detail there, and you want to be like exhaustive, so you want to put all the content, so you think, oh, the person reading it will like take maybe 10 minutes to really study it, click on every link, go to every GitHub page, look at every project. The reality, however, looks completely different. Recruiters wake up in the morning, they have 200 emails in their inbox. First of all, one needs to check which one even have a working visa, which can even work, who can work in your location. You have to check like basic things, how the person fits or not fits. And this is true for almost every company. You don't need to be like a big brand name. We know all these big tech companies, they get of course even more applications, but even smaller ones, because you have crawlers, you have search engines. So basically you have 7 billion people on the planet, and then everybody applies to different locations. And Switzerland is of course a big brand, so many people apply to Swiss jobs that basically actually cannot work here just because of a simple reason of the visa. So the recruiter is already stressed out from this 200 emails. 100 goes away for this reason. The rest 100 needs to be like assessed for basic fit. Yeah. And this kind of stressful situation enables the person to maybe spend 20 seconds on it. And this is the sad reality, maybe even less. And for this 20 seconds, obviously, it cannot be possible to read the whole thing. And therefore, the document must be really tailored. So, or let's say optimized for online reading, right? So like I have 4 data points about CVs that are the most common one, and they are the most, let's say, you can improve them immediately. So first is, okay, your CV actually has to be machine readable, so, or copy pastable. So if I see a phone number or email, I really want to like copy paste that, maybe send you an email or call you if I got your CV. Sometimes it's not possible, really annoying, and then the recruiter has to type it by hand. And then the person's already, of course, not in a good mood if the person starts the conversation with you. Now you might think, oh, but I'm like a developer, everybody wants to hire me, like I don't care. But the thing is, yeah, you will not be rejected for this reason, like there is like something wrong with your CV. But humans tend to like, then, you know, if they feel bad about you, about one thing, it's like adds to a story, right? And then I always tell the people, yeah, software engineers are very sought after, but the story about you must be perfect. So in the end, you can really negotiate the highest salary offer. So that is kind of the goal about this optimization of all those things. So if you think, oh, like this is stupid, why should I? So it's like really about not only like, okay, so that you don't get rejected, but also that you optimize for like having the best impression in the end. Because in the end, the hiring manager, the co-workers, the recruiter, they will all meet and they will be, how was this person? And then if the receptionist said, oh, the person actually came in and was super arrogant to me, then it's like not good, right? So same here. So you from the beginning it must be perfect, machine readable. The links must be clickable. So GitHub, StackOverflow, all this. Some people I see, they put just the GitHub nickname, and then you need to copy paste it and like visit the website. It's really annoying. Just everything must be clickable. Everything must work as a real good PDF. Then you have the job positions. There you state somewhere maybe 2016 March until now. The way LinkedIn does it is actually very good. You see immediately not only the starting date and ending date, but also the duration. So it says then 4 years, 5 months. Then the recruiter saves a couple of seconds because I can see, okay, not a job hopper, because this is what most look for, especially in more traditional Swiss companies. And then they have more time to read your actual content, right? So this is the simple stuff. Now the harder stuff is explain what you actually did. Sometimes we get CVs like 5 years at the job, did implemented features, fixed bugs, and that's basically it. So this is like, your job title is already software engineer. Then obviously it cannot, there must be more information, more detailed information that convinces me, okay, I want to talk to you, I want to immediately call you maybe, or set up a call as fast as possible because you're such an interesting person. And the way you achieve that is to use the framework, like technologies you used, what was the team where you worked in, did you accomplish for the firm. So this kind of thing. So I used, I replaced the Python backend with a Java-based backend, introduced a Redis cache. So the API response time went from 2 seconds to 200 milliseconds. This happened in a 5-people team. That's it. That's like, oh, interesting. So I immediately can start talking to you about like maybe Redis, or like how do you switch from one dynamically typed language to a statically typed language. I have so many questions and interesting points where I can actually start to really talk in detail about what you exactly did and what you want to do. So really avoid this general stuff. Yeah. So did programming work? It's like not. It's very hard to write this well, but it's doable. Let's go to the job descriptions. So the companies have the same, in a way, problem. They want to hire someone, so they take some job description from 5 years ago, adapt it a little bit, put it online, hope that people apply. Basically, you need to really invest probably half a day at least into doing this. Nobody almost does it. Actually very surprising, because it's kind of the face of your company, and if it's well written, you can actually kind of reuse it. So you have like an effort of constant effort, yeah, so O of 1, yeah. So you do it one time really well, and then you can reuse it for all your job postings. But the reality, what I see from almost every company is they just do some generic stuff, like we're a great company, we do consulting work, you will work here as a software engineer, you need communication skills, analytical mindset. All this is like absolutely not needed, because it's implied already by the fact that you're like hiring a software developer. So you should basically start like first the job title. That's the most important, also for search engine optimization. Ideally, it's something like software engineer .NET, software engineer Java. Very simple. Not this ninja stuff. It will not only confuse people, but also be bad for SEO, search engines. So you do software engineer .NET, that's it. Then first 2-3 sentences is, what is your company doing? Since when does it exist? How many people work there? How many users does it have? What's the rough technology stack you use? So very, like, let's say, pinpointing what are the like interesting things about your company, not some generic things. The next part is why the person should work there. Like, it's a sales document essentially. So in the same way, like we saw with the CV, there's like, okay, like tell me the like exciting project that you did. Here's it's the same. So what is the thing that you do where you say, oh, like this I really like that I do this here. And this you put there, right? So if you do like, let's say, innovation project in banking, then you put that, maybe give an example, what you did with like which team and how long the typical project is. So that's probably like, if you have this, you're like better than 99% of the like job descriptions online. And Then you can of course add like a little bit of a hint about salary. So you can say we pay above market salary. You can actually of course put the exact number. Some companies don't like to do this because of different reasons. Then you can put the interview process so the person can know what to expect, types of questions that you will be asking. Is it more like an algorithmic interview, or is it a pair programming one? Like one startup I hired together with, they were like doing a pair programming on the live code of their system. And this was something that the candidates liked a lot. And this wasn't mentioned in the job description, and this is something that would interest, of course, people that are already working, but they're like, okay, should I apply or not? It's like super stressful. But if you put something, okay, our interview is actually working on the live code base, it's like something interesting and nobody else does it, and this could put somebody over the fence to actually apply. Because you want actually the people that already have a job. And like if you write you need communication skills, blah, 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 it's like, why should somebody apply there? It's like the person already has a job. So you have really to understand that this is like a sales document and not a list of things that like the person will be doing there. This is actually going to the work contract. So in Swiss labor law, you usually describe, okay, what's the person responsible for? There you have this responsibility stuff. So it belongs to another document, yeah. But that comes later if you do the interviewing well. And then another cool thing is an easy way to ask questions. So often you have the application form, but the person has to like put in like first name, last name, birthday, 40 other things. So that's a little bit cumbersome. So it's good to have like some way to have an email or some way to like DM the company about this specific topic. You will not see this in 95% of job descriptions because it leads to spam. So basically you have then even more thing to work with. We said in the beginning, the average recruiter wakes up 200 emails, and this is not the whole job. The recruiter has like other things to do, not only checking math. So this will be then 400 if they put like an email to easily, let's say, let people contact them. So this was the theory part. Let's see if you have any questions or you want me to screen share some of your documents. For this reason, you can just put it in the chat.